Hi, friends. Welcome to the PHP. I'm Booker. That's Perez. How are you?
I am happy that I'm chatting with you right now. We were having some technical difficulties earlier, and I just pray that my laptop does not implode while we are recording the show. I'm coming at you guys from Las Vegas. Lots of show to get to today. Of course, we're going to be talking Travis Barker. We're going to talk Meghan and Harry, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Also an interview with singer and influencer Kelianne Stankus and more. But first, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Been busy and getting ready for vacation myself next week. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Where are you going?
Back to the Jersey Shore.
Oh, for how long?
Just a week.
Fun. And just meeting up with friends.
Yeah. Same house as last year, same friends. We get together. We have a beach house. It's fantastic. I can't wait to get to Jersey and experience the East Coast humidity that they're having right now.
I've never been to the Jersey Shore. I would love to go someday.
It's so beautiful. I go to a place called Long Beach Island, LBI. It's a barrier island, and it's just fantastic. It has all the food I want and all the scenery and these great little shops. It's like a moment in time, frozen from the 60s or something.
It's you don't need a car there, I would imagine. You just walk everywhere.
Yeah, you do. You could. I mean, you could walk everywhere too, to restaurants and things that you'd want. But we like to go and stock up for the week. It's a house, so we fill it up with food, and I cook a lot. So
fabulous.
Fun.
Well, yeah. I'm here in Vegas. Not ideal situation. Our Airbnb. Did I mention this?
No, I don't. Or wait a minute. Yeah, you did. You said you were packing to go to Vegas. You were stressed last week.
The Airbnb that we were staying at, that we were going to stay at, canceled on us like a week before. So, and I've had that same thing. Part of me thinks it's a scam because I've had the same thing happen with Airbnbs before, where maybe like the property managers decide, if we do that at the last minute, then we can get a new person and have them pay more.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a new person loved the place, checked in on it and said, I'll pay double or whatever. And they booted your ass right out.
Then I had to find another place and I couldn't find anything at the same price. So I had to find something with less bedrooms and less bathrooms. And it's just like such a downgrade, but we're making it work. I'm blessed to have a roof over our house and grateful that people are watching or listening. So thank you all. We have to, before we talk about Travis Barker, address that, for many people in this country, it feels like things are very different this week with the Supreme Court ruling. And that's just one of many. Literally the day before the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, they did a ruling on a gun issue in New York State that kind of ran contrary to their ruling on Roe v. Wade. And then now this week, they did a ruling about prayer in public schools. Did you see that one?
Yeah, it's the world is upside down. United States is anyhow. I mean, what is Canada thinking up there? Are they like, what the fuck is going on downstairs? Like, what a mess.
I'm sure Canada has their own issues. They do actually, because I reported on a story that made and riveted people's attention in Canada about this billionaire who murdered multiple people drunk driving.
Wow.
And then ended up doing very little jail time.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a terrible situation, but pales in comparison to what's happening downstairs in the crack house they live below. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? This country is just wow. Just wow. You have these Supreme Court justices that essentially, Trump lost the election, the first one. Okay. The Electoral College got him in. He lost. He lost by 3 million votes. So 3 million more people said we don't want it that way. And yet he gets 3 Supreme Court picks who all went up and lied, who all just went on and said, no, I can't change this. I won't change this. I'll follow the law. Then they did. It's just everybody's gone rogue for religion. Didn't we leave England to get away from religious tyranny?
It's not
like,
even
what the fuck.
That's what they want us to believe. Here is my non-expert analysis.
And make it quick, because no one wants to hear this out of either one of us.
Yeah, I'll just make it, but I had to address it. Here's what I think. I don't think it has anything to do with religion. I think it has everything to do with power and maintaining power and getting
it's religious
more power.
nuts is what it is. That's what it is. It's their goddamn Bible and their religion enforcing their beliefs on other people.
Here's why, because 70% of Americans were in favor of abortion rights. So why would the Republican justices on the Supreme Court go against what 70% of Americans want?
I just explained it, because 3 Supreme Court appointees went in and lied. It has nothing to do with the populace. It has nothing to do with the Constitution, this and that. He had 3 people that went in and he looked at them and said, how are you going to vote on this? And they said this, and that's how they got in. But
don't you think it's
lied.
It's about power? It's not about religion.
I don't know if it's about power, but
it is. Anyways, let's keep it moving. That really sucked. But it's kind of, I guess, on par with what's going on in the country, right? In Oklahoma's making headlines because there was this movie theater there that was messing with Disney's new Lightyear movie, the Pixar film. There's a same-sex kiss in the movie. I saw it. It was very tastefully done. Mm-hmm. And the movie theater said, we're going to fast forward through that same-sex kiss. You explain the logic to me. There's
no explaining. Well, we've lost our way. There's your explaining.
You know, first of all, it's a cartoon, and cartoons are not going to make your kids gay. And if you don't have issue with Woody in Toy Story making out with Little Bo or kissing Little Bo Peep, then why are you going to have issue with this woman kissing her wife?
I don't know. I have nothing to add to this. It's lunacy.
But you know what? Disney, I'm sure, after they saw that and in other countries, like some countries are not showing the Lightyear movie because of that same-sex kiss. It probably made Disney think, like, are we going to keep doing this in the future or not? And thankfully they are going to keep doing that in the future. In fact, I don't know, maybe you saw it when you went to go to the movies recently, see your one film of the year.
I do want to see Elvis. I will say that.
Disney has another animated film coming out, I think around Thanksgiving. It's called Strange World. And there is a gay lead character in that as well. So good on you, Disney. All right, over to Los Angeles. In the middle of the city, Cedars-Sinai Hospital, Travis Barker was taken there by ambulance after doctors at a local hospital near where he lives in Calabasas must have determined that he needed better or more specialized care than what they were able to provide at West Hills Hospital. Or maybe he decided that on his own. I'm not sure. We are dealing with private medical issues right now. And I have had so many people DM me saying, what's happening? What's going on? And it's not their responsibility to share.
It's not their responsibility. However,
what?
He tweeted,
God save me.
Okay. And he made it everybody's business. So that's...
I still disagree with that.
And the kid also is making it everybody's business. So, I mean, if you've piqued everyone's interest, you can't be that offended if people are asking why. If you tweeted something and you said, why? I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
I understand that, but I'm just reiterating that they don't have to tell us anything.
They don't have to tell us shit. No one's saying you have to do anything at all. But you did tweet. So if there is interest, by the way, no one's bitching that we're not getting our privacy. We're not hearing any of that either. But it just makes you wonder if you were not in pain, you tweeted something. You know what I mean? Like, how dire of a situation is it? Like, oh my God, where's my phone? I need to tweet this. Like, if it was something of grave danger, I don't know if I would be in tweeting.
I don't know.
A tweeting place in my mind is all that I'm saying.
I can't even speculate. I have no idea what could be wrong.
No speculation from you. I'll speculate. I think I know exactly what it is.
You do? What?
Well, he's had problems with blood clots in the past, and it could be that again. That stuff is very peculiar because the medicine is so precise that you have to take for blood clots. And I had a friend that just went through this where he passed out. They had to airlift his ass to a hospital. And they put like these like catheter things in his legs to keep his heart pumping because of these blood clots. And I guess the medicine is really, it's really precise. Like, you really have to be on it and disciplined with it. Now, he's a vegan. He's very disciplined with his diet. So I don't know if anything causes that. Usually it's some sort of deficiency in some sort of vitamin where you can't process something in your body that makes that happen. But that's my guess. My hope is that it's something as silly as an appendectomy or something like that, where his appendix was going to burst and they said, let's go get this thing out. I'm hoping we find out and it's nothing serious at all. But the blood clot is a very serious thing. I mean, it's very life threatening, and I could see them putting him in the hospital for days for that. So,
I mean, I have no idea.
There's two guesses. I have no idea, though.
It could be that. It could be he was having heart issues. Mm-hmm. He could be having
be anything.
He could be having such a severe migraine that he thought he was having an aneurysm. Like,
see, a migraine to me, I don't think you'd be able to tweet.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've had super awful headaches before, not regularly, thank God. And you could still somewhat function. I could have tweeted if I wanted to.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's nothing.
Yeah. But anyways, you kind of like hit up my follow-ups with your own spiel. So I'll just reiterate what you said. After news broke that he was hospitalized, people started to pay attention that he had tweeted, "God save me." His daughter, Alabama, also took to social media to ask for prayers for her father. However, his son, Landon, performed with Machine Gun Kelly the same night that everything went down with Travis Barker. So if it was a life and death situation, I would think that the son would fly from New York City or wherever he was. I think it was New York, would fly home ASAP and not be performing with Travis Barker. So maybe it's serious, but not life or death, you know?
Yeah, or life threatening, right?
Exactly. Hopefully that's the situation. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe even by the time our podcast comes out, we might know, you know?
The tweet I believe the tweet gives hope to everything. If you're well enough to tweet in the midst of a medical crisis, I would think that everything's going to be okay. But once again, I don't know. We're just speculating. That's what we do on the show. Yeah. And I hope we're not doing it in any rude way where it's, pissing anybody off. We don't know. We've been very, very clear about we don't know. And all I'm doing is citing his past problems that are well documented. So.
And as you mentioned, in 2018, he was rushed to the hospital due to blood clots on both of his arms, and that impacted him for many months. Actually, it wasn't a quick a quick fix.
Mm-mm.
I believe it happened in the summer of 2018 when there was supposed to be a Blink 182 residency in Las Vegas. And he was not given the clear to perform again from, I believe, July to October. So it was an issue that was months long that affected him in a meaningful way back in 2018. So just sending all of the positive vibes to Travis Barker and his family. Thank God I'm a little bit adjusted to Vegas now. The first few days, I would be waking up and my throat was like, oh my God, I'm so dry. It is the desert.
It's like you have to take a humidifier with you or something there. You know, whenever I stay at hotels there, I wake up in the middle of the night and I want that great sleep because it's freezing cold in the hotel like I like it. And the same thing, I wake up like just trying to drink water and it never helps.
What did you do when you lived in Palm Springs? Did you have a humidifier?
I had a humidifier, yeah, in the bedroom. But when I first got out there, I didn't know it. I'm like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, desert.
All right. Machine Gun Kelly has a new documentary film, and in it, Life in Pink, it's what it's called, he reveals a shocking revelation that he was suicidal. And one night in July of 2020, he was on the phone or FaceTiming, I think, with his girlfriend, Megan Fox, now fiance. And he was putting a gun to his head and he was threatening to take his life. And something jammed. There was some malfunction with the gun that allowed it, that was causing it to not work properly. And, you know, it sucks that he was going through that. But a reminder, in July of 2020, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox had like just started dating. Maybe I'm a shit person and I don't care.
Strong possibility.
I don't care if you think that of me.
All right.
But if I just started, if I was weeks, like if I was less than 2 months, which I think they were, if I was so early on in dating somebody and they did that, I'd be like, I hope you get help. You should get help. It's through with us.
I'm tapping out.
If it was my husband or somebody that I'd been with for a very long time, okay, obviously I'm going to help them through that. But to me, that would have been like the biggest red flag ever.
So you're saying mental health is a red flag for you. If you notice it early, you're out. You're tapping out.
If somebody is not
shocking, you're single.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yes.
If somebody is putting me in that position of, oh, I'm going to, like, it's not, I don't want to be disrespectful. It's more than just mental health, I think. It's also toxic and manipulative and abusive behavior, I think. I could be wrong.
You probably are.
But I don't think I am. Like, you know, it's one thing to express to a partner, oh, I'm having a really deep
This
depression.
could be a mental illness situation, so I would just stop talking.
Well, if you put a gun to your head and are hanging, are manipulating me, like, I'm not going to go forward with that relationship. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
What about you all? Am I interpreting this wrong? Call us and let us know your thoughts. 800-721-1185. 800-721-1185. I don't think I'm wrong with this assessment, though.
You never do.
What do you think?
I mean, are you asking me if I would stay with someone that did that?
Everything. Okay, sure. That first.
I probably wouldn't. I would wonder.
Then why were you criticizing me for that?
Because you went on and speculated this and that and the other thing.
My speculation, I think, is accurate.
Okay. I can't say, you know, I don't know what the situation is with him or was.
Well, like I said, that's a big red flag. And I don't know if it's a great way to start a relationship, which now,
Right.
as the years have gone on and we've heard stories and we've seen red carpet moments and they've opened up, I don't think they have a very healthy relationship. In fact, they claim, she says that they're in therapy. And she said something along the lines of, oh, do I have it here? Or was it an interview that I saw? I saw a recent interview. I should have written it down, because they had the premiere for this documentary, and Megan Fox revealed that they are both in couples. Megan Fox revealed that they're both in couples therapy and individual therapy, and the couples therapist said, a relationship is a lot like destroying each other. You have to destroy each other. This is what her therapist said. And then Megan Fox and then Megan Fox said, but most people don't have the tools to build each other back up after you destroy each other. I'm like, you need a new therapist. You need a new therapist.
Let's move on. Talking about these two is just a snore to me. He's a nice enough guy. I spent like 30 minutes with him recently, but he talks in giant non sequiturs, just keeps going and going and going and going. And I got a feeling she's sort of the same way. They're two peas in a pod. They seem lovely, but they also seem like wackadoodles together. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, over to Montecito for all of you Meghan and Harry lovers and haters. Meghan and Harry were spotted entering Oprah's house.
What's so big deal about that? Aren't they in business together?
Well, what's interesting is I'm pretty sure the paparazzi is not camped out in Montecito. So for them to have gotten the shot, all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, they do live in a gated place, and I'm sure Oprah does too. And definitely she's not on a public street. I mean, to get into that area, it's pretty security.
Let me just spell
heavy.
it out. I'm hinting, I'm assuming.
I'm believing you.
That Meghan and Harry tipped off the paparazzi.
Yeah, I buy that.
They wanted us to know that they were going over to Oprah's house.
Hey, you said it. Reality show stars. That's what they want to be, and that's what they're going to be. They've got no other play. Actually,
I'm surprised that the paparazzi don't camp out. I mean, because there are a good amount of celebrities that live in Montecito: Oprah, Ellen, Rob Lowe, Katy Perry, and Orlando Bloom.
Everyone's so boring.
Ariana
they
Grande.
Are too. They're boring people.
Okay, all right. But there are like a handful of big celebrities that live there.
Yeah.
Because Ariana actually has become so boring, paparazzi photos of her would probably be worth money.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
Anyways, that was interesting. Also, do you think this new trial, the Gabby Petito family trial against Brian Laundrie's family, I don't think it'll become like the level of the Johnny Depp trial, but that's going on right now. So that story is getting headlines again. And according to a new report, the press allegedly somehow obtained copies of the journal that Brian Laundrie wrote in which he confessed to murdering her. And he claims that it was a mercy killing, that somehow this young woman injured herself and was in so much pain, and he killed her to take her out of her pain. Yeah, I'm not believing that, but that's going on. An update on a story we talked about, I think last week, and maybe even the week before. Charlie Sheen's newly turned 18-year-old daughter, Sammy, joined OnlyFans, and Charlie was critical of that, but Denise was supportive. And you said that the parents were probably in on it. Well, now, in the wake of that, Denise Richards has joined OnlyFans too and started her own account.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's showing on there. It might just be bikini shots.
It might not even be that. I think some people just use OnlyFans for those 2 words, OnlyFans. If it's just a closer connection, you could just talk to people. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's, nudity, but I think the youngins do the nudity thing, and that's how they make a buck or two. But not that nobody wants to see this from her. I would like to see it, but she's probably 50, right? I mean, she's up there. So
I would think she's
been around for a minute. I mean, that movie with her and Nev Campbell came out in the freaking 80s, early
90s.
Was it? Okay. 90s. I was thinking like late 80s or something. Wild Things, was that the name of that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
that was
that would
late,
have been early
late
90s.
90s, maybe 96, I'm guessing. I don't know. Well, good luck on your OnlyFans career, Denise.
I smelled
Richards.
commerce. I always do. I was like, this is money. This is just a way to make money. Boom, money.
All right. On to the music industry briefly before we move on to calls. Charlie Puth released a new song called Left and Right, which I just wanted to highlight. I would say it's my favorite song, new release of the week. Check it out, Left and Right. It's featuring one of the guys from BTS, which I understand why he did that, but I don't think he needed it. I think that song is an obvious hit and would have done well on its own. But I think having the BTS Jungkook, whatever, that guy from BTS will only help.
You could make up 2 sounds. I have no idea.
I think it's Young Jung. I'm not being disrespectful.
I know you're not. I like I said, you could literally make 2 sounds right now, and I wouldn't know right, wrong, who we're talking about. But I would just like to remind you that you did say Charlie Puth was over, and I said,
I don't think I said that
exactly that. And my quote was, "It only takes 1 song," which he did put out. You know what? And I have forgotten to look. Is it going? Is it picking up? Well, there's a BTS guy on it. Of course it is. I got to think that it's being run up the chart just for that reason. But as Perez said, we both love the song. And I think he's right. I think that even without whatever his name is, I think it's a great song. Like, it's an instant bubblegum. Like, man, this is good. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. But I've always thought Charlie's super talented and he's a nice guy. So,
well, this weekend on, I think, Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, Adele is going to be performing at Hyde Park in London. So excited for that. I'm sure we'll get tons of video, and all of the Vegas people are probably upset that they didn't get their show yet, or even an announcement. There's still been no announcement. All right, let's take some calls.
All right, let's do it.
Booker, this message is mostly for Booker. I just got a cat. I know you're a cat lover, and my litter box stinks so bad. I'm just wondering if you guys still have a Pretty Litter coupon code, because I could really use it. Thanks so much.
I don't believe that we do. I wish they still were on the show, because that stuff really does work. But look, here's a tip. Your litter box should never stink. Never. You're not scooping your box enough. We change our litter here maybe once every week to 10 days. So just change your litter, change it out constantly. Some people keep it in there for months and they just keep scooping. Disgusting. There's no reason my litter box sits right there. I can't smell it. My cat is right there. You can never smell it. You just need to change your litter more.
There you go.
There you go. There's my cat tip of the day. We've still got these 2 foster dogs, and they're really fun. But we're going on vacation next week, so no one's adopted them yet. So I don't know what's going to happen with them. I think we're going to put them in somebody else's place. Maybe we'll get them back, but they're 2 sweethearts. Always foster if you can. Here we go.
Hi, this is Kelly from Chicago. I just wanted to comment really quick on the Larsa Pippen interview. I actually enjoyed most of the interviews at the end of the podcast, but that one was so boring.
Wait, didn't you play? You played
so
that already.
To speak up or say anything, it sounded so guarded and superficial, and there's nothing that she wanted to share or even get into. She sounded like one of those bigwigs from corporate America who come out to meet people and are afraid to say too much, so everything is scripted and political, and I really did not enjoy that interview, but everything else is great. See you later. Love you guys.
I think there was a couple of
They can't all be winners.
yeah, but I do believe there were a couple of people that, you know, defended her. Hold on, see if we can get some.
Okay, Perez, I was just listening to you talk about the Ken movie and the Barbie movie, sorry, and about Ken and everything else, and about Ryan Gosling and the picture. And I just want to say I love you, but I think you're reading a little too much into it. I love Barbie. I've loved Barbie since I was a little girl. I don't think, I get it. I might be a satire, whatever. I think it's going to be a great movie. I have a lot of faith in them. They're not going to mess this movie up for me. And so I'm choosing not to believe you. So I think you're wrong. And if I have to eat my words and have some humble pie, I'm going to be so annoyed because I'm never wrong. But I think this might be my time.
Okay.
We haven't seen it yet.
I've seen some outtakes of them roller skating.
Oh
Margot
my God,
Robbie's just
I even
so hot.
I even saw a video of Margot Robbie doing her Barbie voice. Oh my gosh. That'll be interesting. She's got like a very Barbie voice.
Oh yeah. Okay. Is it like is it like
it's like Minnie Mouse almost.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is it like Paris Hilton-y or something?
I don't know. It's not like Paris. It felt more like Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. Interesting. Okay.
Hi, Booker. This is Kelly, and I'm in Toledo, Ohio. I'm a Barbie collector, so I loved hearing your theories about the Barbie movie. I just wanted to note that Mattel has done a really great job diversifying and progressing both Barbie and Ken. Ken comes on a husky body now, a slim body. Ken comes in all ethnicities, skin tones. There's a Ken with vitiligo.
Oh, that's all she left. She must have cut off. So you were wrong. Way to go. Way to do your research, Perez.
No, well, I didn't know that about Ken. I knew that about Barbie.
No, but last week you went on the show and you passed it off saying Mattel didn't do a very good job of diversifying Ken over the years. And meanwhile, she just said, yes, they have.
Well, they did not.
She gave you 3 examples and she cut off. There were probably 15 more.
They did not make a good job. They did not do a good job of letting the masses know that. Then.
Oh, please. Let's wrap this up. 800-721-1185. Who are you talking to this week?
Oh, right. We got an interview. I almost forgot. Kelianne Stankus. She is an influencer that has a really big following. And she's also a singer and just married this really hot model dude that I knew before they started dating. So enjoy that. All right. So we're just going by Kellyanne, like Madonna. Just one name. I love it. So, you know, I got asked to chat with you and I love chatting with new people. And if you know anything about me, you know that I like to be honest. And I love that I was not that familiar with you. So I, you know, before I said yes, I did my research. And if you know anything else about me, you know that I love music. So I'm honest and I love music and I'm not bullshitting you. I can curse. I don't know. I'm going to censor myself. I'm not bullshitting you. I really like your songs that you've released.
Oh, thank you.
I think you've got a lot of potential, as they say. More than that, like the songs are actually good, which is challenging for anybody, really. And especially people who maybe got their start in social media. We'll talk about the music, but first, you just got married.
I know. I got married last Thursday on June 9th.
Was there a special significance to that day, having it on a Thursday, June 9th, or?
No, it was so hard to find a date because all the venues we looked at, like everything was booked because of all the cancellations of weddings the year before. And so it just worked out. We're like, okay, it's a Thursday. We'll let everyone know a year in advance. And if they make it, they make it.
Wait, so you sent out save the dates a year ago?
I think 6 months ago, I sent out save the dates.
All right. I love it. Your trajectory to marriage was kind of like old school, as they would say. Your boyfriend / now husband, he's a model, Chase Matson, whom I had been following him on social media I follow a lot of hot dudes, okay? You were dating for about 2 years and now you're married and you know, you're, I would say on the younger side, but not really, like you're 25, 26. 26. So, you know, like if I'm a parent, I'm like, all right, you know, she's gone through those early 20s and she's settling down and I'm happy for her. And she knows this guy. It's not like something that they just started dating and it's overnight. So your wedding, was it everything you dreamed of?
And more, like, seriously. I always dreamed of like my wedding day when I was little, and very much fairy tale was like what I thought in my head, and it was so magical, so emotional. Oh my gosh, I've never cried so much.
Oh.
I remember on my engagement night, that was like the most I've ever cried. But my wedding day was like even more tears, like so much emotion. I was so happy.
Oh, and how many people went to the wedding?
Around, it was supposed to be 125, but I don't think everyone showed up.
That happens.
Yeah. So I think it ended up being like 110, 115 people.
So the wedding literally was not that long ago. Where's the honeymoon? Are you not
I
taking
know.
one?
We didn't want to like leave immediately because planning the wedding's kind of chaotic and there's a lot of steps that go into it. So we kind of wanted like a week break. And so we leave next Tuesday for our honeymoon.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
not too long from now.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just curious, you know, you're hot, you're popping, and so is your fiance. If I was getting married right now, and if I was you, I would have, or maybe for the future, if you have a baby shower, this could work. Were you able to get like the wedding sponsored, or did you pay for it yourself? Did you have help?
So we did like some of the stuff was sponsored, like my wedding dress was sponsored,
Well,
both of my
that's
wedding dresses.
nice.
Yes. I think it was more like half and half. Like what everyone wore was sponsored. And then but like we paid for the venue, we paid for all of that kind of stuff, the photographer, the videographer.
Well, that's good
So yeah.
because you're able to save money that way also, so that you can
Yes.
invest in the future and buying a house together and all of those sensible things that you do in
Yes.
marriage.
Weddings are very expensive. Holy
I-
crap.
I have them to look forward to when my kids get married.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to be going by also, are you taking your now husband's name, Kelianne Matson?
Yes, I am. Kellyanne Matson, but like my artist name will just be Kellyanne.
Yes. And your husband now has
That's so funny. It's so
I
funny
love
to hear that. I love it.
he has a child that's a little bit old, like a 4-year-old or something like that.
Yeah, he has 2 kids, so
Two
a 7-year-old
kids
and a 4-year-old. Yeah.
and a 4-year-old. When you started dating him, did you have any hesitation because of that?
No, I knew that he had kids before I even like reached out to him on Instagram. And so like I already knew that was a thing. And I love kids, and I know it wasn't scary to me, to be honest. No, there's no
Wait,
hesitation. With
you
that.
reached out to him?
Yeah, I slid in his DMs.
I love that. Did you propose to him? No. All right.
No.
But there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, this is a great topic of conversation. One of the former Bachelorette stars is engaged now, and she proposed to her now fiance. What are your thoughts on women who take the initiative and decide to be the ones to propose?
I think that's cute, to be honest. Because then like they get to plan it exactly kind of like the way that they want it, I guess you could say. I think it's cute. I loved what Chase did with me. He like went above and beyond. I don't think I could top him if I were to plan our engagement, to be honest.
What did he do? Was it in public?
It was, no, he like surprised me with this helicopter ride, which like seems like, oh, a helicopter ride, like why aren't you thinking you're going to get engaged? It just like felt like another day, like we were going to go make content on this helicopter ride. So like the helicopter went over to Malibu and it landed in this like location that you could only get to by helicopter. And they had me blindfolded in the middle of the helicopter ride, me thinking, oh, this is going to be great for the video. So they blindfold me, I get out of the helicopter, and like he has this like amazing setup on the side of the mountain in Malibu, and he's just standing there on one knee. I just immediately start crying. So beautiful, so magical. And then we get back on the helicopter, he brings us back to our house, and he has like my entire family there, all of our friends, all of his family, like as this like surprise engagement party.
So then, you know, if the whole family's there, he knew you were going to say yes.
Yeah.
You had talked about possibly getting married before.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it pretty early on.
Oh,
But he
wow.
always made it seem that like he was gonna wait to propose. But so that I was really surprised because I always thought, oh, he's gonna wait a little bit longer to propose. But like, so I had no idea.
I love it. Where are you going on vacation? Can you share? I mean, on honeymoon, can you share?
Yeah, we're going to the Bahamas.
Oh,
I'm
nice. I have
excited.
not been there in decades.
I've never
Um,
been.
so you are a musician and also like a content creator.
Mhm.
What I noticed, which actually is a huge attribute to you and really rare and special, you don't just have a lot of followers on TikTok. You were able to also have a lot of followers on Instagram as well. Oftentimes, some folks might not be able to carry their audience over to another platform. Was TikTok where you kind of first popped off, or was it on Instagram actually?
No, it was TikTok, and I agree. It is kind of hard to transfer your TikTok followers to Instagram followers. I don't know how I did it, to be honest. I kind of was all just like organic and natural. Like they just whoever was following me on TikTok just really wanted to follow me on Instagram too. I would like cross promote it a little bit, but I know they just really wanted to follow me on all of my platforms, which is really nice because it is really hard to do that.
Yeah, especially because, you know, now that I've been around for so long, algorithms change and this and
Oh
that.
yeah.
So it's very smart to be diversified and not, quote,
Mhm.
have all your eggs in one basket. And
Yeah.
now, you know, well, how long have you lived in Los Angeles for?
So I lived in LA for 6 years, and I just moved to Orange County
Oh,
um
wow. The
last year.
real housewife life.
Yes.
So you moved out here when you were 20,
I was, oh, maybe even, no, I moved when I was 19, so 7 years
19.
ago.
Did
Yeah.
you originally just move out there? I just want to be a singer. Did you want to be an actress as well? Did you move out here for college? What was the thinking?
No, I wanted to just do everything in the entertainment business. I just love I love performing, I love dancing, I love singing, I love acting. And so I wanted to just tackle it all.
And music is something that is kind of new. Like your first song you released just a few months ago.
Yeah, in January.
So yeah, this year.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is that like you went for it. It's a pop song. And you know, like I'm not saying it's like Britney Spears, but kind of like, you know, that lane, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Doing a song like that, Boys, I believe is what it was called, right?
Yeah.
That I would imagine is not something that you're doing at home by yourself on your laptop. Like that, you need a team, you need help
Oh
doing
yeah.
that. How did that song come to be?
Yeah, no, I don't have any producing skills. Producers and when they make beats and how they work on their computer, like, is insane. And props to them. They're so talented. I would love to learn though. That would be something that I think I want to start doing. Um, but yeah,
Ariana
boys,
Grande does that.
I know it's so cool. I think it's so cool. I think I'm going to start learning. I think you inspired me to start
You,
learning.
well, it's always good to be able to like, you know, even just if you have an like, did you co-write Boys?
No, so Boys was presented to me, and I loved it like the first time I heard it. I was like, this is great. This is a bop. Let me track
Yeah.
it. Let me put my vocals down on
So how did that process even happen? Like, how do you get like
it.
you have a management team, I would imagine then?
Yeah, I have a whole team behind
Are
me.
you working
Um,
with a label or are you kind of doing this indie trying to get to the other level?
Yeah, so right now I'm just independent. I would love to be on that next level. That's like the big machine. I would love that.
Yeah, that's
But
how it
yeah,
works now.
yeah.
It's the days of artists being developed at a label that doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
I
But it's
know.
also good because then it gives you more power and leverage. Like once you start making it happen on your own, then you'll have multiple labels come courting, and it just gives you more everything, I say.
Yeah.
But your management that you're working with, like they work with other musicians as well.
Yeah, they do. We kind of started working in the studio like 2 years ago to
Oh,
kind of just,
wow.
yeah. So it's just been like a long kind
I
of
love that.
process.
You took your time and made sure
Yeah.
that you released something that was quality.
Yeah. We've been writing songs, we've been listening to demo music, and so I have a lot of music lined up ready to go. Because I've just been working on it for the past couple of years. Just
Wow.
to like really find my sound and what direction I wanted to go in. Because music, it's a huge genre of music. And so I knew I loved pop, and we just wanted to make sure that what I was making like sounded good.
So you just released another song.
Mhm.
Is there like an actual like calendar? Like, are we gonna get another single in a couple of months, or what's the
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah, so we just released Bet, which is crazy around my wedding. Like it just felt it was a lot of chaos. And the next single should come out pretty soon, actually, probably within a month or so. I don't think we have an exact date, but within the next 2 months for sure.
And the music that you've worked on, have you collaborated with any other like singers or rappers, or is it just you for now?
Just me. I've just collabed with different producers. One producer that is helping me produce my EP, her name's Sophie Rose, and we've
Oh,
been working together a lot for the past 2 years.
a female producer. I love that.
Yes,
Women are
yes.
very underrepresented in, behind the scenes of the music
Hmm.
industry. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
And
she's
because you've been working at it for a while, but releasing music is new, have you done any shows yet?
no, and that's one thing that I really, really want to do. I love performing. I've been performing since I was like 7 years old. So I'm ready to get back on the stage. It's definitely like a different world because I did gymnastics growing up and I did dance. And I also did musical theater, but I feel like performing as an artist is something completely different. And I'm really excited to start doing that.
I would say, sometimes the music industry in the world changes so much, but also some old school things still work. Like I would say, maybe not on your, I think it might be more advantageous not to do something on your own, but maybe if you
Yeah.
could find a tour to go on where you could be the opening act,
Yeah.
like even if you're not the main opening act, like if you're like like the Kid Leroy, I think is coming and doing arenas. Like getting
Yeah.
on the Kid Leroy tour would be really cool.
That
And
would be amazing.
you know what? And I'm inspired by something you said. I think you should slide into the Kid Leroy's DMs and say, "I want to open for you on tour." Why
That's a great
not?
idea. Why not?
Because I think
Put yourself out there.
yeah, I'm old. One of the lessons life has taught me is that the power of the ask is very powerful. And also,
Yeah.
I think people, I mean, you might get a no or you might get ghosted, but I do believe that people like helping other people. So, I mean, maybe he knows you, maybe he follows you. Is he following you already on social media? You should check that.
I don't know. I know I was supposed to be in one of his music videos
Oh
a while
my
ago.
God. And that did not
So
happen.
no, they went with another talent, but I was in the lineup.
You got to slide into his DMs, make that happen. Um, why do you think, or what was it that you were doing that made you take off on TikTok?
I think it was like right time and like right content. It was like during the time of COVID when it was first happening. Everyone was on their phones, and I was just making content that was super silly, nothing very serious, just showed my personality. And it's just perfect timing. Everyone was just on their phones. And so my videos went viral and I just kept posting and it just went from there.
Smart. And unless, I mean, listen, I didn't do like a deep dive into
Yeah.
everything Kellyanne, but usually like I'm aware of things and it's not like, oh, that like, I think you've managed to avoid drama, which is hard.
Yeah.
How do you avoid drama? A lot of these influencers, like that's
I
all that they're
know.
involved in.
Well, I don't know. I just don't like to be dramatic on the internet. That's just not me. That's not really the type of content that I make is surrounded by drama. So I don't know. I just try to be real and try to be like my authentic self and not be in the drama. I know all of the drama, but I just keep my mouth shut.
Is what you're doing on the content creation side still fun for you? Or is it like, oh, it's work, it's a job?
No, it's still really fun. I did go through like a time where I was like writer's block, creator's block. It's like, yeah, I was making so many videos every day. It's like, what do I do now? Like, I'm running out of ideas. But I still enjoy what I'm doing. I love making videos. I love making content. I think it's really fun. And I've been making like videos since I was like a little kid with all my little friends. Like all the videos when I was little are definitely so embarrassing. But like I've been doing this for so long, it feels like.
Well, and you just said something that I think is really important for others out there who might want to, oh, I want to be an influencer, I want to be a creator. You might disagree with me, but I think you might agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's about quality matters, but quantity matters just as much, if not more, because you might spend 10 hours making the best little 60-second video and it might get very few views.
Yep.
And then you might spend 10 seconds making the dumbest video and then that's going to get 10 million views.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Especially with TikTok, it's like you never know what's gonna go viral, so just post because
Yeah.
who knows?
Just do it. Just post.
Yeah.
When I talk to young influencers as like a senior citizen in this space, I love to give unsolicited advice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna share with you some unsolicited advice, and that is, you need to hear it. Save, save, save. It's so important. Invest. I don't know what your housing situation is now, but don't buy a house that's too big. Don't even live within your means. That's BS. I like to tell people you need to live below your means. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can afford that 6-bedroom house, but maybe we'll move into a 3-bedroom house, or maybe we'll move into a duplex and rent out the other part. And then we're making we have an income generating property. So save, 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 invest. You've already diversified. And actually, another smart thing to do, which, like I'm a diner, I've done it all.
Yeah.
Not all of it works. Really get your brain working on, okay, I'm this brand now, and I'm really lucky and I have all of these followers and I'm doing music, but also like, what else can you do? Like, can I come up with a makeup line or fashion or perfume or whatever? I don't know what it is, or whatever it is that you think would work, because, you look back at social media and like YouTube was around 10 years ago. There was no TikTok 10 years ago. And the top YouTubers from 10 years ago, most of them aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
Or even like, like the top TikTokers from 3 years ago. Like, all right, I might be judging a little bit, but like a lot of them are like on OnlyFans now because that's how they're making money now. And so diversify, try to create businesses outside of what you do. And just keep on putting the effort in, because at the end of the day, you might be able to luck your way into success, but the only way to sustain success is with an incredible work ethic. You have to put the hours in.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that advice. One thing that like me and my team, we've always talked about is longevity. It's like, yes, I'm here in this moment now, but what's going to carry me for the rest of my life? And so that's definitely something that I do think about all the time. And I do also always try to encourage other creators to think of longevity and think about what's going to carry you, because social media could be gone in a year. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And so what's going to continue your career? So
You
I think
mentioned
about
that
those things.
you mentioned that when you were younger, you did musical theater. Is
Uh-huh.
acting something that you're still pursuing or would like to do?
Yes, I would love to be an actress as well. I love sitcoms. They're like my favorite to watch, and I would just love to be on a sitcom or just honestly any type of acting I love.
I
Yeah.
love that. I'm trying to get more acting myself. So I'm manifesting it for both of us.
Yes.
I did a
Yes.
Christmas movie earlier this year. That was
How was
fun.
that? It was fun?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was fun, period. I played myself in
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to manifest characters. But
Yes.
listen, another great piece of advice is just do it all. Like, don't turn down work. If you think something's cheesy, who cares? If they're willing to pay you and if other people think it's cool,
Yeah.
then that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like Joan Rivers, may she rest in peace. She made
Mhm.
this great documentary, which I think any artist should watch, or any creator or anybody, because this woman worked for 6 decades. And there's a reason why she worked, because she just kept working. Like, that's the key to longevity. You have to say yes to things, and you have to be professional and easy to work with. If you can envision your life in 5 years, where is Kellyanne in 5 years?
5 years. Hopefully I've been performing on stage across the world, um, starring in a TV show, also having a little family.
Oh, I love that. Well, that all
Yeah.
seems very doable.
In 5 years? Yeah, I think so.
So everybody make sure you follow her across social media. Your new handle is just I am Kellyanne,
Yep.
and that's spelled Kelliane.
No,
LLI.
Kellia.
Oh, LI.
Kellianne. My
All right.
parents were really difficult with the way they wanted to spell my name.
Maybe you can just even abbreviate it. I don't even know. I am K. No,
And
I don't know. And stream the music. You've got a new song out, Bet,
yes.
and you've got another song out, Boys, and more will be coming soon. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and I am wishing you all the best.
Oh, thank you. It was so nice talking to you.
You too. Have a good one. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening. We appreciate you, and we will see you all next week.
Have a happy 4th of July here in America, and the rest of the world, enjoy laughing at us.